Yo, Jacques, is there any chance you can get my rate back?
Yeah, no problem, dude.
Shot, man.
A few moments later.
Hey, what are you doing?
I'm just here to get Brett's rate back.
Okay, no problem. Come this way.
Oh, what?
So, not since Sugen Singh have we had this much bling on the show. Okay. Episode 15, welcome my friend, Guppie Lingenfelder.
Thank you for having me, Nico, Greg. Honored to be here.
Thank you for coming. It's a pleasure.
So you hot off a Vegas and a Monty series now. We'll get to Vegas in a bit, but you had some success at Monty just now. Second place, I believe.
That is correct, yes.
Okay. Tell us a little bit about that, and then we'll dig into the whole Vegas story.
So funny experience. As you know, I overdid Vegas. I was there for a month.
What?
So I was there for a month. Literally left on the 21st and got back. No, left the 22nd and got back the 22nd.
Ooh.
So brutal traveling, brutal jet lag, everything. Came back. I was battling a bit with the jet lag, everything. My mom actually decided she wanted to go play the mini main event at Monty. And I said, if I've got to, I was planning on only playing the high roller and the main. But I said, if I can get this over this jet lag, this would be a perfect start. So I went with, got some cards going my way, asked myself where this form was in Vegas, but got it at Monty, I'll take it, and we can build from there.
That's part of run good. It's not just the cards that come out. Sometimes you can run really bad in large buy-in tournaments, and then you go play a satellite or a small buy-in one, and you just can't miss. And you think back, it's like, oh my word, where's this form been the last week or month or whatever? Did it feel like that?
It did feel exactly like that. So I remember there was this one hand, which was the turning point. So in Vegas, I busted 13 tournaments or 14 tournaments with pocket queens into a bigger pair, like kings or aces. And I remember there was a spot where the one guy just jammed for like 20 bigs. I had about 35 bigs. So I repop, and the other guy had like 5,000 chip more, which was not even a blind. So like he's probably got aces from the big blind, but I can't really get away from my hand. Said this time I'm gonna find the queen on the flop. He had aces, other guy had ace 5. In the window, I see a beautiful lady. So that was the changing point. And I was like thinking, where was this a few weeks ago, But I mean, it wasn't in the script. So it got me on run good in that tournament. But yes, it does feel like that 100%.
I just wanted to touch on something a little bit off the point, but back to the point. Correct me if I'm wrong. So what I'd first like to know is, do you follow the English Premier League?
I do, yes.
Oh, okay, so you've got a favorite team. I'm guessing Spurs.
No, not Spurs. At least now I can say it with pride because we had a fairly decent end to the season. I am a Man United fan, but I guess in this industry you can't really get too attached to a team. So whoever has the best betting odds on the day, that's the team I'll support for the day. So from time to time, I am a Spurs fan.
Okay. So the reason why I ask you that is because, again, correct me if I'm wrong. I can't remember who told me, but I don't know. I think because I know you won a high roller before you went to Vegas. And I think the reason you played the high roller is because you took a bet, 20-1 on Richarlison scoring a header.
Yes, I do actually remember that. I don't think it was 20-1. I think it was a little bit less. I think I laid down 10K for 110. But I do remember that. I do take these types of crazy bets. And if there are any bookies out there who wants to take my action and that, give me a call. You'll love me. I'll definitely make it.
Yeah, because I heard that and I was like, wow, that's like, must be the most random bet I've ever heard. But obviously, You won it, and then you played that high roller. It was like a day apart, and you landed up binking it.
The run good with it was just there. The stars were aligned.
And from that win, were you always going to Vegas, or was it because you won the?
I think I was always going to go.
So it
but
wasn't like a butterfly effect, or
it wasn't like a butterfly effect. I was always going to go, but this one really like cemented the position of definitely
okay.
going, and also to be playing a bit more freely. So this was my second time I went to Vegas.
Yeah, you said earlier you went in 2024. I didn't know that.
Yes, that was my first time. But this time I got to experience to play the main event for the first time and stayed a bit longer, played more poker venues, bigger bankroll. So it did definitely help the Vegas trip in some sense.
So you said you were there for a month. So like I know I've been 3 times, and the first 2 times I also went for a month like an idiot. I just say that because if you get off to a bad start, or it's very hard to come back, and then the problem is your last tournament basically is the main event. So not like you're like tired, your head's not like all there. So was that basically what happened?
So for me, I went a bit late. So my first tournament started off being the $1,000 mystery bounty. I think the biggest bounty you could pull was $1 million. So I didn't go as planned, did 4 bullets into that one.
You have to though.
Yeah, I think it's a nice gamble, nice spin. Then I played the mini main event, played a few of the daily tournaments at the Win. They've got this new venue. First time I played there at South Point Casino, which has a sick tournament, which I see is also supported more by locals from Vegas than foreigners.
So a better spot then.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that's probably the only place in Vegas you can get a Bacardi and Sprite for $7.
It's expensive.
Still expensive, but
no, I'm saying in general, it's ludicrous.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
So as you know, for us going with rands to dollars,
That's awful.
It's always a bit more difficult. But the main was about almost like at the end, towards the end of the series for me. And yeah, by the time the main event started, you're already down. Vegas has already eaten you up. You're tilting. You're not really in a clear frame of mind.
No.
So I think next time I would plan it a little bit more, little bit different. I definitely would love to play the main event. I think every poker player has to at least try and experience it once.
Yeah, it's a different beast.
The best structure that I've ever played in my life. And surprisingly correct. Yes, you find some of these cowboys who just want to punt off, and it's a very...
And they've never played... I think it was 2016, when we still got antes, when we had to put... this is before your time, I don't know. The guy didn't know what an ante was. We had to like explain to him for like 2 minutes. No, everyone has to post an ante. And I mean, these people are buying in for 10K. Obviously, it wasn't a lot of money for him. But yeah, reason why I'm saying that is it's a good spot.
Correct. I got a very stiff the very last hand of day 2, where that was my exiting hand. I had Queen 10 of clubs. Mizrachi's brother, Eric Mizrachi, opened from under the gun. Just standard opening size. They all, like, it's a very studied type of poker, I would say, compared to over here. 10X. So people, yes, they don't 10X it, they just min raise it and it gets the job done. You'll be surprised that 3-betting to 2.7x, you can actually get a guy to fold. So any case, so he opened. I had Queen 10 of clubs on, I think it was button or small blind. I can't remember. I think it was button. So I flopped the Stone Cold Nuts. Comes King Jack 9, 2 diamonds. So I decided to fast play the hand because we are both short and it's the last hand. I just want to get back tomorrow and live to fight another day. So it ended up with him betting out, and then I just ripped it. Well, I raised, or basically ripping it, like basically with the raise saying that I'm not folding. And then he rips it in. I called, he had ace king, and then it ran out 10 queen. So, but unfortunate.
On King Jack 9?
Correct. King Jack 9, and he had ace king, yes, and it ran out queen 10. So
you got max value.
Yes. I would have gone to bed like a baby if I just hold in that spot, and who knows what could have happened from there.
Oh, soz.
But it was a very interesting tournament. Like, I really enjoyed it. Vegas always, I mean, besides for the poker, yes, I struggled in that, but I feel like it's still the best place. And if I would be asked if I would go again, I would 100% say yes. I would love to go to Vegas.
Nico was planning to go this year, so maybe next year you guys can go together. I don't know, maybe share a room.
Yeah, problem, no problem. Look, it's he's definitely my favorite partner in crime at poker series. We've shared some good parties, some good poker together. So next year, Vegas, I'm all for it. Where did you stay?
I was staying at the Flamingo Hotel,
Mhm.
which, interesting fact, they say is the second most haunted hotel for those ghost hunters out there. It's apparently still haunted by Benjamin Siegel, who was, obviously everyone knows Vegas was like part of a mob and that.
Siegel was, like that family was a mob family, wasn't it?
Correct,
Yeah.
yes. So rumor has it that he still haunts the Flamingo to this day. We did have a few strange things happening, but it could also be because of we had an older room, so it could be faulty wiring or something like that. But it's just an interesting thing to keep at back of your mind. Accommodation, I didn't really have any issues with. It was very affordable. It's walking distance from the Horseshoe, so you just literally pop across the road, and then you're playing the World Series there. Unfortunately, they don't have poker at the Flamingo. They do have the best pool parties, however. I think I'm pretty sure Lauren and Elaine would vouch for that as well. If you're looking, it's a proper party. It's not like a chill. Like obviously, I'm a big fan of the Encore and the Win.
Yeah.
But if you really just want to let loose and enjoy Vegas, like if you have an off day or two, I think you probably need like 2 off days because you need to recover from that party afterwards.
You also
as
like
well.
to party once in a while.
Yes.
Yes,
I
yes.
think that's no
Once
surprise
in-
there.
Yes.
No, I don't party at all. The party likes me. I don't like the party, but it carries on finding me.
Yeah, partying,
when I least expect it.
partying in Vegas is, it's something else. I'm unfortunate, problem, no problem, to have not, I think I went to 1 or 2 clubs, but I had stopped drinking by then, thankfully, because I don't think I wouldn't have gone to Vegas if I was still partaking.
I think it's very easy to
Below 100K in the evening, yes.
something like that. Yes, you could pretty much use those monies towards buy-ins and stuff. If you want to be more professional, you could definitely go towards buy-ins and the rest of your trip. But I mean, on the other end, if you end up scooping something like, I was very surprised actually with Aiden Jacobs when I was there to witness him picking up the bracelet and that. And I was very, very surprised that a young person like that has got such a high level of professionalism. Like, didn't go out drinking or anything or partying. No celebrating. We were all waiting for the celebrations to start. His old man had a few drinks with me the night before when I told him his son's going to win it. But yeah, Aiden literally took the bracelet and went, and I think he relaxed at the pool or something with his father. And then he also had the discipline not to play the main event afterwards, which for me, I would have definitely jumped in the main when I've got all that form going.
Yeah.
But I guess he makes very good decisions. So credit to him for having a lot of professionalism.
You never know if that was a good decision. He might have think that one as well.
I get his decision. To me, it makes sense. But then again, when you're playing well, when you're on form and you've got that confidence, when you're there, you might as well do it.
I would have to agree with you 1,000,000%.
You have to do what you feel like, though.
Yeah.
And maybe it was a long tournament after playing that. Maybe you just don't feel like playing. And I get that 100%. Most of the time I'm a sociable guy, but some of the time I just don't want to see people, just go walk around in the bush by myself or whatever. And if that's what I feel like doing, that's just what I'm gonna go do. So I get that. I think that's probably not that much a discipline issue, then rather just how you're feeling inside. I think you shouldn't start playing a tournament if you're not excited about sitting there till the end.
Yeah.
If the prospect of sitting there for 7 days kind of feels a bit nauseating,
Yes.
then rather than start. It's but if you feel up for it, then 100% go. But yeah, it shows that you're in tune with what you want, and you gotta play poker on your own terms as well. It's something that can very easily sort of suck you in a direction,
Absolutely.
and you kind of feel that you're just following along, and like you didn't really have a choice because you just have to play the next one and the next one and the next one. So yeah, just keeping your own agency, I think's important there. Yourself, did you kind of back to back the poker, or did you take a little bit of time out here and there?
I mean, I was there for a month, so they were after the World Series. I pretty much stopped playing poker and said, we still have a few days left in Vegas. Let's just enjoy it. And
Mini retirement.
yes,
A lot of mini retirements when people get home from Vegas. Well, I'm not doing this anymore.
and then also in between, I did like before the main event, I had like 2 days or 3 days off. So I went with Mr. Courtney and Tanith and Van der Smith to downtown Vegas. First time I experienced Fremont Street. Very
Quite
nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very different from the strip. and
Yeah,
that,
big
so,
time.
So I did enjoy that. And yeah, just spending some time. They've got this Irish pub there called McMullen's, where all of us South Africans come on a Saturday and we watch the box play. But then it's like 8:30 in the morning Vegas time, and then you got to be ready to play at 11 o'clock, 10 o'clock if you are still in a tournament. So no problem. I wasn't in a tournament, so I could enjoy the rugby at least. That was the same day actually that Aiden took down the bracelet. So it was a great day for South African sports overall. Box gave England a proper hiding, and Aiden won a bracelet, first one in 36 years. And I think I got a medal for drinking the most tequila in Vegas.
Yes,
so
man. Well done.
At least I got something,
Yeah, it's also back to that point. People said it's the first one in 36 years, but people also forget in 2020. I know it's different, same, but different.
Clacher's online one.
Yeah, Mark Clacher won a $1,500 bracelet event. That same year, Cape Town chick, she won a 10K bounty bracelet event. Malika. Yeah, from Cape Town.
Really?
Well, she's from Iran,
Iran, yeah.
but she's a South African citizen.
Okay.
Yeah. She won a 10K. Yeah, her poker career also just kind of, I mean, she always played, and then she won the 10. That's like a big event to win. It was like a 10K bounty.
Wow.
And then she was like a couple of weeks later playing in King's Casino, like, I don't know, like $1,000, $2,000 cash game.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
So it's basically, that would be 200K buy-in, I guess.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's sick.
Yeah.
What's a year on the cash game scene? Still great. What's the highest limit you envisage yourself playing at some time in the future? Well, what could it get up to? Surely you'll play 500, 1,000.
Yeah, that would be the cap.
Would that be the top?
I don't think, even if someone said, here's 3 bullets, go have fun, I don't think I would feel comfortable playing bigger than that. I would play, but I know what I'll just be like.
Yeah, 500,000's like, I mean, it might sound ridiculous, but it's still pretty manageable. It's sitting with 100K in front of you. 100.
Yeah, you have to look at it as like,
it's not a.
It's 100.
It's not an insane limit to play, but getting up to $1,000, $2,000, that is wild.
I would probably,
Absolutely wild.
I'd probably VP at about 3%. So I don't think I'd be good for the game.
Not good for the stream.
No,
You're not going to get invited back onto the stream after your performance.
Yeah.
Gup, yourself? Sky's the limit, or?
I mean, cash games, I would probably say I think I've got much less of an edge in a cash game than I do in tournaments. I do enjoy tournaments a little bit more. Cash games, I would say probably around the same. Although I've decided to play a little bit less cash games in recent times.
Sure.
But yeah, probably roughly about, I think the same would probably be the highest. 100K max buy-in or 200K max buy-in would probably be the biggest.
I was playing 2-4-800 game. The straddle was 800 about 6 years ago. It was the most money I lost in one night. And the worst thing about it was like, you're obviously trying to get out of it. I would not leave that game. There was no way. It was a soft game as well. And it was like, again, you know me, I don't like playing into the early hours. It was like 9 o'clock in the morning and we were playing 4-handed and the game broke. And I remember it was in Mhlanga in Durban, and I went to my room and I went to sleep and I woke up at 11 o'clock that night. And I just woke up and I was just like, oh, it really wasn't a nice feeling.
Give us a number. What's the most you ever bombed in a night?
I mean, for the size of the game, it wasn't that bad.
Yeah.
It was 200 big blinds. It was 160.
That's pretty much snap. That's the most I've lost.
Yeah, but this was
in a night
also
playing as well. You also said longer ago, so inflation, time value of money. But that's give or take the most I've lost in a night as well playing poker. I think you gotta be able to top
No
that.
comment.
No, Guppy's got us by
have you got us
by a multiple.
I've
Yeah.
had my fair share. Poker, I think the biggest session, one day session I had losing was probably between maybe 200 and 250, I'd say, in
nice.
one session.
Well done.
Thank you. I feel like I played very well.
Is it?
I got a couple of unfortunate spots there, and then, as you mentioned, when you're trying to get out of it, maybe you abandon
the
plan
worst
A, B,
feeling.
C, and start going to plan Z, and that backfires as well. So, yeah, I think in poker terms, that's probably my biggest loss that
Was
I've
that
had.
no limit, or
Hold'em? Correct. Yes, no limit Hold'em.
was it a 25-50 game?
No,
Okay.
no. I'm
I'm
bad,
just
but not
teasing.
that
I'm
bad.
teasing.
Well, you did it playing 200, 400, 800.
Yeah.
I did this playing 125, 250. So I did 6.5 stacks. That's
Oh, I know which game you're talking
yeah.
about.
So that's I think that's more than it's like 200 bigs. That's not even. I mean, you only warmed up now.
I think
Yes.
mine was also, I was playing 200, 200, 400.
Okay.
So, I mean, if you take it to stacks, it's just above 6 starting stacks. So
Yeah.
it's not, it sounds better like that, but when you actually mention you're losing 200,000 rand, then it feels a bit worse.
It is, and I'm known as a fairly good no limit cash player. So getting stacked is not that often an occurrence for myself. So getting stacked 6 times in a single evening, you start to feel it, but you also get a little bit desensitized. Like time 4 and 5 didn't hurt remotely as much. The last time did, because I was just like, I'm out now.
The thing about that game specifically was, I think I was up like 60. But as time went on, the game, I think everyone was sitting like 300k deep. It was a very big game. And this was the very big changing point. The mega whale at the table, he was in for quite a bit, and he limped UTG, and I just wanted to ask, I was like probably in cutoff or something, and I had King 9 suited, hearts, and I made it 3k, and it got to the big blind. It was a mega whale as well, but if you kind of understand the way they play, they don't 3-bet, well, they definitely don't 4-bet. When they 4-bet, it's aces always. And he made it 20k, and I was just like, he's never got ace king here. He's just the type of player that it's just aces 100%. And the original limper called, and I folded King 9 of hearts, and the flop came 3 hearts, and the guy that limp called had 5-4 of hearts, and the guy at aces didn't have any hearts. So if I was in because the stacks did go in, it would have been close to like R1 million pot.
Oh wow.
And I felt like
sick.
Yeah, and that's kind of
That's
yeah, I felt, yeah, I'll never forget that night. It was
this particular evening, the worst one that I played, I started bluffing a lot and just started getting bluff cash. What is it? Bluff court. Don't know what they're, and now you're getting, it's like, oh, okay, the guys are not going to get away with it. And you're like, I just have to wait for a value hand now, and I'm getting paid. But unfortunately, as the evening goes on and you're chasing, you don't have the patience to wait for the value hand.
No,
so
you
the
don't.
next bluff spot comes up and you take it again. Eventually, I was being called down with queen high. And
why didn't you
it was-
phone me to get on the game?
it was kind of, it was kind of farcical. But I always think that maybe you guys would agree with me. Like, when you get caught bluffing, or when you have a spewy session, it's in a way it's an investment in the future.
Absolutely.
Because sometimes something that makes today hard makes tomorrow easy. And even early in a session, if you get caught bluffing early in a session, that's an investment in the future. It's your future hands. It's shaped the game, and the fact that people know that you're capable of bluffing might make that will probably make that you get paid off in the future again. So everything that happens is, besides like really, really silly mistakes, everything that happens, like being caught bluffing or showing up with a hand that you weren't supposed to have in that spot, it invests in the future. It makes
It works well. I think
Ultimate-
that's a big part of your game. Sorry to
yeah.
100%. I do feel that people tend to call me a lot more down than what they would normally. So GTO charts do not apply to when you're playing against me, because I can't even read. So there's no way that I'm studying the GTOs.
Yeah.
And yes, I do feel it definitely does help me out a lot, because if you've got this image, everyone always assumes you're always bluffing, then you tend to get more value than a lot of, I would say, more balanced players would get, for example. But on the other end, sometimes you just want to take down the blinds, and then calls you as
It
well.
makes it harder to win small pots
Yes.
all the time. But either way, it gets it. If you're known as someone who plays really tight, then it makes it easy for you to take down small pots all the time, because people don't really battle with you. But it makes it very hard to win the massive pots, because you don't get hero call. On the other hand, if you're stabbing and taking a lot of small bluffs, it makes it harder to win the small pots kind of uncontested. But when the big one comes, it's like, quite possibly you're getting paid. I thought about this, and then a guy called Jason Sue wrote something, and it's the Joy of Poker guy. He writes his daily email. It's cool to subscribe to the thing. I think it's quite insightful. And he said that actually he thinks his win rate in cash games goes way up when he drinks while playing. And he attributes it to, number one, you're having so much fun drinking with other guys and chat. You lose all interest in playing marginal hands because you're not bored. You're always doing something. So you tend to throw away marginal hands. So you end up, because you're just talking nonsense and having shots and whatever, you end up actually playing tighter. But people perceive you as playing looser because you're drinking. So you're actually adapting in two ways. You're playing tighter, but people are more likely to gamble with you, and you end up winning more money. So that might be a rationale for having a few dops while playing a cash game. What's your experience of that?
Personally, for me, I've had some success while having a few drinks, but it generally turns out being bad decisions for me. I do feel then you get a player like Steven Radloff, who I probably think is the best drunk player in the country.
There's no comparison. It's leaps and but Steve is like, wow.
Yeah, I mean, I saw him now at Monty as well. I mean, when he's just in that vibe, when he starts getting in that vibe and stuff, I mean, it's like he just becomes 10 times better player. I mean, we all know he's an exceptional player as is, but when he's in that feel good, that positive energy and stuff, it's really, really hard to.
I'll do my stack like in 2 minutes.
100%.
I can't. That's why I don't understand how some people are able to do it.
Elaine actually does that very well as well. So she actually has this thing as well, where if she's sober and that she's too, like Nico was referring to now, that you start getting bored, maybe you play with marginals or that. But when she's on fire, having a few drinks and that, then it's like all of that nerves and stuff disappears. I know my late dad used to also prefer having a drink while busy playing. Unfortunately for me, I've tried both ways, and I prefer rather having the drink after the tournament is won or after the session is done. But you never know with all of these players. I mean, if I ever have the chance to sit with Mr. Vichers on a table, it generally there's
gets
some
loud.
firework. It gets quite loud. I mean, you were there.
Yes.
I recall there was this one tournament a few years ago where I tuned into the stream and someone posted there, has Guppie and Niku entered the building yet? And the commentator said, no, they have not, but we will send him the run good when we see him. He said, no, just send him more brandy.
I remember one tournament at Times Square.
Yes.
I sucked out on Guppie big time, and
I think this was the same one.
sent him to the rub. But I thought I'd give him a send off, like the Aussie fast bowlers of the early 90s. I just sent him showed him exactly where the rail was, where he was supposed to go. And I got taken aside and told to tone it down a little bit. But we had some very, very good times playing poker. I think want to move on from the drinking, but I think it's just doing whatever you feel like doing in the moment. And if to you it's drinking a beer, or to another guy it's putting his earphones on, it's you find something that just focuses you, and you can concentrate on the game more when you're enjoying yourself and doing whatever it is that you want to do. So yeah, different strokes for different folks in that way. This is definitely not advice to new poker players. And it's usually in a social context as well. I mean, it's definitely not advisable if you're multi-tabling online to whip out a bottle of Clippies.
I tried that.
Start digging into that. Tell us, going forward now, we've got a series coming up at Carnival City. You gonna play that? You keep feeling strong for that? Or are you still on a mini retirement?
I'm on mini retirement until the series starts. Carnival City, unfortunately enough, that's probably, I would say, my home grounds, because it's closer than any other casino besides for Empress Palace, who no longer has tournaments. So yes, I'm looking forward to Carnival City. Looking forward battling out with the players. And coming out of retirement, hopefully it's worthwhile to come out of retirement. For hopefully I can get some of the Vegas money back.
The Times Square being my home ground, so I feel I was entitled to give you the send off. We'll give you one. If you bust me at Carnival City, you can direct me friendly towards the cash days.
Like
Although this has to be in the opener. If I recall it was the opener tournament. So I won't do it in one of the bigger ones.
Yeah, that's if it's towards the end of the main event, it could be a little bit. But yeah, this was a small tournament.
So also, like, as we were speaking earlier, I've known the Lingenfelders for, I don't know, it's probably been since like 2008, 2000. I was very close with your dad, with your mom. It's always nice to see her. The first time I met Benny, I think it could have been like 2011. It was somewhere around there. I didn't know him. I did know him, but I didn't know him like handshake know him at that stage. And a lot of people won't actually know this. So you probably wouldn't even know it either. Benny was, we had our own GPI ranking, and he was number one for, it must have been like 2 or 3 years.
Yeah, if I remember correctly.
But by like 400 points. Like Bozo was second, but your dad used to absolutely smash it. And he was like a kind of like you would see him and you wouldn't really think, okay, this guy's a crusher, because he was just like friendly, nice, polite. So yeah, the first time I met him, it was an Ace High tournament. What is Ace High? Henry's,
yes, Ace High, yeah.
And we were like 6 or 7 off the money. I remember the hand like really well, like it was yesterday. Late KM passed away a year or 2 ago. He was also my like kryptonite. I couldn't beat this guy. He opened Jack 10. I had Ace Queen. I called. The flop came Queen 8. I don't know if it was rainbow. He bet and I raised. I don't know, but deception. I don't know what I was thinking anyway. He called because I know he just like never folded against me. Turn, he checked, and it was a 4. He checked. I checked back for like a kind of a deception, and the river was a 9. He bet and I shoved, and he called. And I tabled my hand like a brass, like there's no ways unless he river 9 somehow, and he turned over Jack 10. and your dad was just like, wow, you played that so well. And like, he was so nice to me. He's like, I'm giving you 15% because you played that so well. And that was like my first introduction to your dad. I obviously didn't take the 15%, by the way. But that was your dad. He was kind of like a Rudolph. Rudolph's known for busting people and being like, sorry, that was brutal, I'll buy you back in. But your dad did this like quite a lot, and he was known for it. Fast forward, I went to Australia with Greg Ronson in 2012. Your parents were there. There was actually like, I don't think it was planned, but there was probably like 12 or 15 South Africans that went. Our first event was the 1K6 Max, where your dad final tabled. Costa Momeliades final tabled as well. I don't know if you know who that is.
Yeah, no,
Costa made the final table in Vegas.
No, he didn't make it. He came 13th. He misread his hand for pocket eights, and he had 8 deuce.
Okay.
Do you know about that?
No.
4 eliminations away from the November 9. Devo now sits in 9th place and teetering a bit.
The blinds up to 150 and 300,000. The ante up to 40,000. One more payout at 478,000 bucks. Then it jumps up to 607,000. O&OD with pocket sevens.
The pressure mounts, Lon. Every decision magnified. Any bad decision can stay with you for the rest of your life.
O&OD with pocket sevens raises to 625. Costa Momeliades with 8 deuce.
Costa has not been active, and I can't believe he wants to get active with 8 deuce.
I'm all in.
The short stack raises all in for over 4 million.
Boy, that's an odd push.
How's the other? 4,020,000.
This is virtually an automatic call for OD, not much more than 10% of his stack to put Costa at risk.
Cool.
OD does make the call, and will be quite happy to see he's in great shape against the 8 deuce.
Costa turned over the 8 deuce like it was pocket queens. The 34-year-old South African needs some luck here to hang around. 8 deuce.
OD trying to get us 12-handed.
So 13 people remain in the main event. This guy opened sevens, Irish guy, O'Shea, or whatever. Costa looks at his cards. He thinks he's got pocket eights, but he's got 8 deuce off, and he rips. And the guy calls with sevens. Anyway, so
that's got his thing.
That's a
you think you were upset about folding the king 9 of hearts? I think this is
so
stick with you.
Costa finished that year in Vegas, 13th in the main. So yeah, we all went to Vegas. We didn't go as a group, but like everyone became quite familiar. I think your dad came like 4th, Costa came 5th, Kramer came 14th, and I came 17th. And it was anyway. So it was kind of like that was my first big poker trip. Going with like Benny, your mom. How old were you in 2012?
2012, I was still at school. I'm just quickly doing the math. Yeah, I was 16 years old.
Yeah. And then like further on, I partied with your dad, but your dad also liked to rumble a little bit at Emerald. Do you remember the?
I think I remember this one. Yes.
We don't have to get into it unless you.
I mean, I'm on your show. I mean,
no. Like Benny was a lot of fun, but like a salt of the earth kind of just lacquer oak. You can have a beer with. Maybe disappear for a day or two. I don't know. he was really, really fun. I think I saw your dad maybe 6 months or a year before he passed away. He also kind of took a back seat in poker. But my point being, Benny was ranked number 1 in South Africa for like a good 2 or 3 years. And he didn't start declining on the leaderboard because he wasn't getting results. He just stopped playing.
I think I recall this. I think he got caught up a bit with work and lost a little bit of passion for the game around just after the WPTs and that. I think it was 2012, 2013, around there. If I recall at 2010, 2011, those were the years that he was on top when they still had the Bluff Magazine.
The Bluff Magazine, yes. He won like literally, it was ridiculous. He won so many tournaments in the space of like 2 or 3 years.
Yeah, it was a great time. I remember it because I mean, my dad being the guy he is, every time he won, he always spoiled the family as well. And
very generous guy.
Yes,
Yeah.
100%. I mean, yeah, for all of those that knows him, he was a very fun guy at the table as well. Always had. He was like he always said, it's not only about the poker, it's not only about the results. It's the community, He really enjoyed the community, the groups of people you meet and everything, and just socializing, networking, and just having a great time. I think that's the most important, or was in his books, was the most important thing in poker, is just enjoy yourself with the people you are around.
He always had a good time.
That is a crazy thing about poker, because everyone's sitting at the same table, but everyone's coming with a different story, a different place, emotionally and like actually where you come from. So it's kind of a bizarre world sometimes. It's like when you go to a poker series or a game, it's like you step into this different world. It's that's why when I go to a series, I like staying there for the whole time, just getting into the game or whatever. It's like, I think for myself, the worst mind space for me to play in is to have to do things sort of administratively in the rest of your life, and then trying to do poker as well with that. It's like your two worlds are colliding, and you're 1 foot in one world and 1 foot in another world. So it's like trying to think, it's like be where your feet are. Just once you're there at the poker, I'm 100% at the poker. I know some people can multitask pretty well. They'll just like go out, take a phone call, do a business deal, type an email, and then come back to the
Lambo's very good at doing that.
Some people do
He's
that.
very
like,
good, exceptional.
He's actually
probably the best.
exceptional. Yeah, but I've seen another guy, Yuri, a friend of mine, actually leave a main event, go finish a piece of code, come back and just final table there. I'm like, how? That would put me off completely.
There was a guy, he was an Indian guy. I don't remember his name. It was the most crazy, the event year, the Times Square, the one Geo one. There was this guy, I think it was like his first tournament. And at the end of the last, not the FT, but the day before that, just before it closed, he said he's got golf the next day and he can only get you like 3 hours afterwards. And I'm like, I think you should maybe cancel the game. He's like, no.
That was a 2 million guarantee.
Yes.
Yeah.
He came 3 hours late, but he was fine.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, that's just, and he was like, I think he still like finished like 4th or 5th.
I remember.
But you're missing 3 hours of a final table. What's that, like nearly 200 hands? No, 150 hands?
Most of us run and sometimes almost kill ourselves trying to get to the toilet and not miss a hand on the way back. It's like teeing off on the 9th.
Playing for 2 million rand.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah.
It's like now I have to also compliment Nick, who I see the sun's out, guns out. He's
He sends me pictures all the time.
So now that you mention how people run, the same thing with me now at Monty. I'm gonna start taking some tips from you, because this is getting a bit out of hand. Because so I do have this terrible habit where I am a smoker, unfortunately. But nowadays it's getting worse. I don't know if it's me getting older or if I'm just getting too unhealthy or that. But I get up to, I'm actually quite embarrassed to say it, but I mean, yeah, fuck it. I'm just gonna come out with it anyways. So when I go up to Monty, when I go up to the smoking area, and when I come down and I come back to the table, it's like, yeah, short of breath. Like you're sitting there, like you mentioned, just run. And then you see other guys standing there having a smoke. They're like, you're like, you're in the big blind. You only have like 18 bigs. But nah, it's okay. I'll come back to it whenever. So I remember, I think it was like now in the mini main, we were 4-handed or 5-handed, and this one guy kept getting up for a cigarette. Like maybe, I think actually this was the champion. He ended up winning the tournament actually, but it was so strange because you're playing like 4-5-handed, and I mean, even for myself, I'm a smoker as well, but I mean, 4-5-handed, it's hard for me to leave the table. I think there was once where I left the table where it was just before a break or something, but. And I mean, if it works, some people it works for, some others it doesn't. But I mean, at the end of the day, he won the tournament. So maybe that's a tip that I should also take. Maybe my chips are safer when I'm away from the table.
I don't like missing hands in that tournament at all.
Yeah, I don't like it. I mean, it could be just your run good. I mean, the hand that you missed could have been the one where you have kings and the other guy has aces, and you would have been out. But you were having a cheeky little puff upstairs. So, okay. Now I want to touch on a bit of poker philosophy. So, poker can be many different things. So, is poker a science? Is poker art? Or is poker a fight?
It's a very, very good question. I think actually it could be all three of those categories because, I mean, these days I feel like the game has gone more towards a scientific way where it's always a fight. I agree. But I do feel like there are just some stuff as well which I don't think any solver can teach you, that killer instinct and stuff. So I do feel it's an art as well. Like a lot of players, they have that finesse, in their game, which you won't learn on any solver or that. So I'll probably go for art, but a fight I think it's a very good question actually. What would you say, Greg?
Well, the first thing that came, I didn't even think about your answer. Your answer was actually quite good, including all three, but I'll definitely say science.
Science.
But then you get people that, like a Mizraki, I can guarantee you that guy's never looked at a solver in his life. But bro, his results are, I mean, he came third in the World Series of Poker like 10 years ago. He won the main event. He's won the PPC 4 times. And I'm 99.999% sure he's never looked at a solver.
So let's change the question a little bit. If poker is a science, who's the best player you've played again? If poker is an art, who's the best? And if poker is a fight, who's the best?
I know my answers.
Okay, so let's start from a science. If it's a science, I would probably say Max would probably be
Good answer.
Probably be the best scientist. Clayton following, but I mean they're very technical in what they do. And then a lot of these youngsters. But now the other one was art. I would say for me personally, I would probably say Ahmed Karim and Gio Zanetti. They just have this killer instinct.
That's a good answer.
Like really just have this proper killer instinct to sniff out weakness. And like I said, it's something that Solver won't teach you. So I feel like they have a lot of finesse in their game.
And if it's a fight?
If it's a fight, I would have to go with Bradley Moore. Because he's like Rocky, he never gives up. He can sit while the chips are low, but he never had a bell ring. So Bradley Moore.
Okay, yourself, Greg?
Fight, I would 100% say Divan. Our Divan, not youngster Divan. I've played many hands and hours against him at the cash table, and geez, absolute toughest opponent, I think. I don't know, you could probably agree with that. Art, I would say Ahmed. I think that was a very good answer. I know he's obviously very good at technical stuff as well, but like just figuring stuff out without knowing any solver work, I think he would probably, yeah. And then what was the other one? Science. South Africa only.
Yeah, you could go abroad, but let's keep it local.
Yeah, probably Max. And then where's Wiegand?
Yeah, I think those are the two. And if it's science, I was going to go Wes.
Yeah.
But it's Max being the obvious answer. I would go on art.
Marco as well, maybe.
On art, I'm going to go Imi.
I think that's a good answer as well.
Just very creative in terms of the play he makes. Like, almost no one does it, like using these really, really small bets and then really big ones. We tend to play a bit more scientific and just like half pot it or third pot it or pot it, and using like all the available things in the game, like
that's
15%
actually probably the
bets and those kind of things.
better answer.
So I'll go Imi for that. And then on fight, that's a very interesting one. Let's go on fight. Let's get Gio on fight. Just because I think that
The Italian stallion.
just because it's probably between Joe and Ahmed on that thing. So as the stakes get bigger, it seems like they just improve and just kind of get more into the competition as the competition heats up towards the end. So yeah, I think that would be my three answers. But very, very interesting to look at it that way and to see how people approach it from different angles. What are you doing in the future? What can we expect from Guppie?
Besides going to Vegas with Nico next year.
Yeah, besides that.
Probably some more crazy stories. Some more Richarlison headers, definitely.
Did you know about the Richarlison?
He was there, actually. He was there to witness it. Although that wasn't even the craziest bet I took that night. I mean, he was also there. I think I saw one of your guys' episodes when you mentioned Steve Radloff meditating back a tooth.
Yes.
So Nico was actually there, and I took a bet with another player, 2,000 to 10 million. And let's hope Steve can grow a tooth. I mean,
it's you got something riding on this.
I've got a lot riding on
it. I think you're going to be happier than him after that.
100%. If he can pull it off, I'll even help him.
That's nice. Help him. Give him a
Yeah,
hand.
I'm like also meditating for Steve to grow back the tooth. Just
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna join him on that. I'm trying to get the grey out of my beard. I think it's working. If you just check the light, I mean it's still there, but I mean I don't have that far to go. I can probably just help it on with a little bit of sunlight or something like that. Anyways, Greg, should we wrap this one?
Yeah, near lekker.
yeah,
Dankie mense.
baie
I'm working on
dankie.
my Afrikaans.
Thanks for joining us, and look forward to seeing you at Carnival. All the best.
100%. Same here to you guys. Thanks for having me. It's been an absolute pleasure. And Jan, lekker. You speak the tale of Afrikaans very deliciously, I must say.
Lekker man. Goed gaan julle.
Lekker.
Lekker dag.
Cheers.